You hear that? If we're not having fun, we're not doing it right. So I've sped up this video and I'm going to make it a talkover. Just getting started here. This is after, of course, the unboxing of the body that I got back from Avi and hooking up the neck. And of course 4 bolts, plus they've got the 2 pins that lock it. I'm just oiling up the fretboard now with bore oil. It's real good if you've got raw wood for a fingerboard like rosewood. Most of the time I think maple has a finish on it. But installing the spring bracket in the back there for the tremolo bar, tremolo whammy bar, whatever you want to call it. Not a big fan of the swimming pool, but Friedman probably did that because they made a bunch of different styles of guitars, you know, HSS, SSS, P90s, and double humbuckers, all kinds of different connections. So just got to solder up the pickguard to the tremolo bracket in the back. Just doing test fits. Oh yeah, soldering up the 1/4 inch jack here. It all went together pretty easy. I didn't have any issues. Other than after I put this all together, you're going to see here soon, I ended up taking it apart and redoing it. I ended up sanding the neck pocket down a little bit because the paint had rolled over the edge just a little bit, and it was kind of enough that I could see it in my measurements once I set up the guitar completely with the strings on it and whatnot. And I honestly don't know what I'm doing here, but I know they've got the ground was protected by a screw into the wood, so that way if you were to pull the pickguard off, you probably wouldn't pull the solder, you know, the wire off the soldering in the back, I'm guessing. I know you have to use a special heat gun on these solder joints in the back. Any guitar I've ever worked on where they've got that, they're super, it's like real heavy duty. You have to get high temperatures and use a really decent quality soldering iron. All right, so the springs went in. Looks like I'm putting the pickguard back together. And then, of course, the string setup. I went with Ernie Ball 10s. Seems like I like that the best on all my guitars, really. Except for the acoustics, of course. I like the clear tone 12s for my acoustic guitar. Martin actually sends their strings off to get them treated with that clear tone treatment. You can just order the clear tone strings. I've tried both. You know, the clear tone strings are pretty good, but honestly, there is something about the Martin. I think their SP lifespan is what they're called. I just like them. Of course, I play it on my Martin Dreadnought, and then my Martin, I believe it's a concert body size. It's a little bit smaller, easier to play. Gets a little more high range when I'm playing in the garage, so to speak, with other guys who are banging out jumbos and dreadnoughts. I don't really play the rhythm section as often as they do, so I do the fills and the leads. All right, so yeah, just setting up all the strings here, getting everything lined up. This has got the vintage style locking tuners, so you have to tighten down the locking mechanism on the top part while tightening the strings. And my daughter came in to let me know that I had to help her with some of her homework. And I think she was getting frustrated because I was trying to hurry up and get this done. I did end up going to help her. And here we're checking the intonation and the tuning. Quick playthrough and measuring, and I wasn't happy with it, so off with the neck. And I decided it was, we needed to sand that pocket. So I double-sided sticky taped some sandpaper, real fine sandpaper, to the bottom of a block of wood so that I could maintain a perfectly straight plane there. And it was just a matter of back and forth here, checking You only want to do a little bit at a time. You don't want to get too crazy. I don't know if it shows it in the video here, but I did take the strings off and on. I knew this was going to be a throwaway set of strings. Once I got completely done with the guitar, I put a brand new fresh set of strings on it. But I believe this is the final run. I think we're setting up the whammy bar for a floating bridge. I like my tremolo bars on any of my guitars really to be floating. My exotic effects or exotic California guitar, that's not floating as much. I actually try, it's a vintage style, so you have to, it like ramps up too much, I think, for the style of floating bridge that I like. I like the 2-post because it keeps the bridge a little more level, flat, if you will. But so I don't have my exotic California set up like that. And I don't know. I think really it's a good thing to have your guitars set up differently. It brings out different playing and different aspects of the guitar itself, really. It's just neat to pick up a different guitar that makes you play differently. And we're nearing the end here. Just the final tuning and intonation here with my 1970 something Strobo tuner. It's got a tube inside it as well. I haven't found a tuner that's more accurate, really. I haven't tried a whole lot, though. This one wasn't horribly expensive, but all right, well, I think this is about it. This is where we are. Hope you dug the video. Thank you for sticking around, and check out all the rest of the videos I've got on this guitar and the reasons why I did not sell it.
Hey, John.
What's up, Matt?
That was some fascinating information you gave me on that Tuesday Gear Day video.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, I really appreciated that.
You're welcome.
You know, I find those to be really handy.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody else thinks that.
If you do, you should subscribe.
Right here.
And here's some more videos for you.
Don't forget to bell it, yo. Cheers!